Oh, jump scare. Got you all there. Thinking there was another minute left until the show started, huh? Well, I'm pretty spry, and we're actually starting 3 minutes late, so there you go. Nice little surprise. Really thank you for being here today, either live or in post, hanging out and tuning in to another beautiful episode of TyraniTalk, baby. That's right, episode 3. We are still here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. This is going to be your place to kick back, relax, have a bev, and just chat about Pokemon. So let's get into it. We have a big ol' episode this week. I would like to start too by just apologizing for my absence last week. I was otherwise required to go to a hockey game. I know. I was doing my due diligence as a servant of the community and, cheering on our local hockey team. So it had to be done. That I would not miss this for anything, but that was obviously an emergency. So had to go, had to be there. But, bright side, we missed 1 week. Oh, no. Well, double the content for this week. Wouldn't it just so be? There's, of course, me, episode 3. Anyways, we gotta start off where we usually do. Pokemon card of the week. For reasons I will explain later, Pokemon is going to be Mega Charizard X this week. I've been using him a bit in ZA, and he's been fun. Nice physical attacking Mega version of Charizard. The Dragon Fire typing is very nice too. And this card here is a card from Flash Fire. Back in the day, 2014 XY set. It's actually become, I don't think it's the most expensive of that era, but it's up there for sure. It's one of the most expensive. I think booster packs are over $150 per pack now. So yeah, I think this card is super cool. There's actually a better version of this. Wait, no. We're all good. That's the best version. There's a two versions of this card though. Back in the day, when the Mega Evolutions were coming out, they kind of did two versions of every Mega almost. Like in the art's the exact same. It's just the colors. Like the text is red on the worst version, and the better version is like more gold, basically. But it's worth a lot more, especially in like PSA grades. So very interesting. Oh, guys, I don't know why my stupid chat's not working again, so I can't actually see what you're saying there. But I did see someone say, hi, I love Pokemon. And then someone else said, I spend all my money on Pokemon cards. And you know what? I agree with both of you. Okay, you guys are both absolutely correct. We should love Pokemon, and we should spend all of our money on them. They're the best. At this point, it's worth more than the US dollar, so I'm not mad about it. But anyways, we will get into just why this is our Pokemon / card of the week. There's a couple reasons. I don't want to spoil things. But our little smooth little mini topic of the week is going to be talking about monochrome cards. Now, what are monochrome cards, huh? Because we've really only had, to my knowledge, 3 monochrome cards, and that's the Zekrom, the Reshiram, and the Victini, which the Victini I forgot to include here. So, sorry about that. But they're, in my opinion, the only true monochrome cards, because all of the text on there is also like a different shade of that color, if that makes sense. Like the Zekrom here on the left, like all of his attacks are kind of like a black hue, and same with the Reshiram. All the text and numbers are still kind of like a white hue. It's like very cool, very trying to stick to the theme. But they were derived from the original black and white sets. So you can see here Zekrom and Reshiram from the original black-white sets back in 2011. So they were kind of trying to redo these and just make them cooler. You can see they actually reverse their direction now too. So Zekrom is no longer facing right, he's facing left. They also brought those cards back in Celebrations, the 25th anniversary. So that's why you see one with a little Pikachu head. So they came out originally in the black-white era. Then they redid them in Celebrations, and then they basically made modern versions of them in the Black Bolt and White Flare sets. So very interesting history there with our monochrome black and white cards. There's a lot of like gold cards too. Like you might want to consider like some of the newer gold cards that we're seeing in the Mega era. Maybe you could consider those, monochrome if you want. Go for it. But I don't really consider those gold cards monochrome. Maybe, call it what you want. But One of my favorites is probably this Dialga. This is from oh god, not Holland Phantoms. I think it's called Phantom Forces. That's a move though, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's still called Phantom Forces though, because I think it came out before the move. But this Dialga is the king of that set, and it's like a full gray card. It's really cool. The texture looks more like something like this, but this is the flat picture. You can't tell, but it's like a solid gray card. It goes for like $1,000 raw. It's crazy. It's a sick card. It's a sick card. So yeah, I was trying to see if I could maybe, my chat's all messed up for some reason. Really don't know why. I'll just send like a little Roblox cheer, see if that helps anything out. No, it just sends it. Yeah, for some reason I can't see what other people are saying, but anyways. Monochrome cards I think are super sick. Some of my favorite cards out there are monochrome. I don't personally really have any though, so one day I do have these celebrations ones, to be fair. I do. And if you ever see these in person, they all kind of have a different like hollow pattern, if you will. So even if you have one of these cards, if you have 3 of them, you're going to notice differences. You know, they'll look cool. And I think that monochrome cards age very well because, you know, they're kind of like a niche card that, like, you know, doesn't really come around very often. So I think these are always going to have kind of a market. And if you have them now, I'm happy for you, and I'm jealous because these are sick. Sorry again for getting Victini there. But now that we talked about kind of our Pokemon and card of the week, our kind of small topic, you know, we have to get into the personal, now rebranded Brandon Dawn fan. I can't even say it. Brandon fan. And we're going to talk about what I bought this week, okay? Because we went in. We got some good stuff. I'm starting a journey now to hopefully collect every cartridge of the like Pokemon video games, like mostly just the main ones really, and probably not anything, you know, like through the Switch. I don't really care to have a Switch cartridge game, you know. I've played all those games and I have them on my Switch, but virtually is fine, you know. But like I want the cartridges of the old games, you know. So I made another spreadsheet, of course, collecting all my cartridges. If I can have the box, sure. If I can have them sealed, sure. But you know, whatever, just the cartridge is fine. So I ordered Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire the other day off eBay because I was really surprised at how cheap that they were just in general. Like not the particular seller, but just in general. So I got both for like $90. So that was sick. Opened Omega Ruby and started playing it. Alpha Sapphire, I'll just keep it sealed, and it's cool in the box, you know, having an actual sealed one. But like I'm trying to think what games I don't have anything before Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and Leaf Green, but I do have all 4 of those. So I don't have Fire Red. I had Silver at one point growing up and I lost it. I have Y. I have Black 2. I lost White 1 at some point too. I lost Omega Ruby at some point, and so now I rebought that. But my point being, I have a lot of games to buy. There's a few of them that are pretty expensive, like Crystal and Platinum, and I think like the original Black and White games are a little pricey. Or maybe it's White too. I don't remember. But yeah, otherwise a lot of them aren't actually that bad. Like I was looking at X and like the Sun and Moon games, and like they were like $20 each, maybe 30. Like not bad, really not bad. So anyways, that was one of the first things I bought on eBay. It already came. I started playing it, like I said. So I haven't even beaten a gym yet though. I've been kind of grinding on ZA still. So you know, been doing both in parallel. It's been fun. It also snowed the past, like, whenever I bought that Paradox Rift Pokemon Center ETB, it was like, we were forecasting it snow that weekend, and I was like, oh, I have the rippies, you know, like, I want to rip something. Whenever it snows, you're just locked inside with your sealed collection. So, what I did is I went to the card shop, bought a Pokemon Center ETB of a version of an ETB I already had, and then opened the non-Pokemon Center one. I actually, like, really loved the, non-Pokemon Center one because it was that Roaring Moon one, the Salamence, with like the blue and the yellow and the red. Looks really sick, and I was like, dang, I actually like this box art more, but it's not Pokemon Center. So I did actually do a coin flip to see which one I should rip, and it was still the non-Pokemon Center one, thank God, because that would have been stupid. But anyways, I ripped that, so we'll talk about that in a slide or two. But I also bought. I was an idiot. I went on Whatnot and they had Nile Zero as the floor, just the pack. So I just bid on something. I lost. So I got the Nile Zero pack, which I needed for my Packy decks. So I was happy with that. But not happy with the price I paid for it. Obviously, I I bought a Mega Dream booster box as well, because Ascended Heroes had come out, and I didn't have anything to rip. And again, I was snowed in, so I didn't have any Ascended Heroes, and I wanted to get some of the new cards. So I had this Mega Dream booster box that I had bought at a card show, and so I was like, well, I'm just gonna rip that. So before I even ripped it, I bought one on eBay for like 85 bucks something, a very normal price. And then, because I want one in my sealed collection, I don't have a sealed Japanese booster box. So then I went and opened mine, which again, we'll talk about in a couple slides. But I was supposed to actually get my booster box from eBay on Sunday morning, and it said it was delivered, and it wasn't there, which I don't ever have Porch Pirates either. I'm lucky. But this is the first time I actually got scammed on eBay, like confirmed scammed. I went and looked at the reviews, which I always do before, and it was like, went from being 100%, having good reviews, to now like tons of reviews saying scam, like 70% rating, like terrible. I don't know what happened in that week, but like everyone was like, no, they do something with their shipping labels and like PO boxes so that it like shows up as delivered even though it never even got shipped. So like I don't know how they did it, but it's a long way to go, because I called eBay. They did like a investigation just like right then and there, refunded me. I left a review saying that they were terrible people. I reported them so that hopefully they get taken off of the website. I'm sure they'll just make a new account, but sucks. It sucks that scamming's out there, because I'm sure that people have gotten scammed by something like this and not been able to get their money back, which sucks. It's like kind of circumstantial. So I'm glad that I was able to get my money back. My biggest problem now is just trying to find another one of these at a decent price, because I do want a sealed booster box of Mega Dream. Oh man, the elephant in the room, or the Groudon in the room over here, the big red guy. Yeah, I finally pulled trig on a double crisis pack. I couldn't believe it, but I had never actually seen one in person. Seeing the pack in person is pretty big for me when I'm buying like more expensive stuff, or like stuff I want to keep sealed, like an ETB or a loose pack, just because you never know. Like, you want to pay a good price. If it's damaged, you don't want to pay full price, right? So this is the first time I'd ever actually seen one in person. It was at my card shop that I trust really hard. So yeah, and luckily it has the version I want too. I want the ruby version. I don't want the sapphire version of the pack. So that's sick. I'll never open it. I didn't know that they actually only had 7 cards in it, but I think they are like guaranteed to hit, almost like a Japanese pack would, like a rare card. So yeah, they only have 7 packs, so it's like weirdly light and thin, but it's sick. It's 400 bucks. I think it's probably almost like 500 bucks if you went to like a card show now, which is crazy. But yeah, that is a sick pickup. That's a grail for me. I do want to pick up both of the singles at some point too, though, like the Team Magma and the Team Aqua battling each other. That would be sick. That's pretty much everything that I bought this week. Oh well, I forgot about all the singles too. There's actually some singles that aren't even pictured here, because I did a couple separate trips. But I did buy some stuff for competitive, because I have been playing that too, which we'll talk about more. But I'm building a couple more decks too, which is fun. My Journey Together Master set, I found a Ruffian full art in this Maractus, which is hilarious because everyone's like plagued by that Maractus illustration, and it's like the one that I didn't pack. So I thought that was funny. The Rainbow Brandon I didn't know existed, so homie over here is also named Brandon. So I have his normal full art, I just didn't know he had a rainbow, so I had to cop. The Iron Moth or whatever, I actually found the Slitherwing since then, so I have both for the full art, or the connecting arts. That's sick. I'm getting into collecting the Dittos that don't look like Ditto, so like Geodude, Numel, I think there's a few others that have like peelable cards, which I'll have to do a episode on, actually, because there are some Ditto cards, if you didn't know, where it's like it literally has a front that you can peel off, and then it shows like the Ditto behind it. So it's like being an imposter as a spinner rack, and then you just peel off and it's like a Ditto, which is crazy. I think most people don't peel them. You just have to trust it's there, the Surfing Pikachu I bought from Evolutions, so I'm just missing the 2 like promo cards, like the original WotC ones, so that's super sick. The Spidops, I already have the SIR, but you know, I bought again another one just because I want to have one for my connecting arts binder and not to take it out of my my master set for Scarlet Violet base set. Meloetta, this is a huge pickup from the Radiant collection. It's one of the more expensive cards out of the RC25. Floette's one from a different Radiant collection. Got some Delta species, a Sunny Cast form because you just don't see those often. Like weird variants of Pokemon like that. Turtwig and Mew were part of the 25th anniversary celebrations collection, so I got a couple of those. I think Turtwig's actually like a McDonald's promo, so it's not even really in the same set. I think they just did a McDonald's promo with the 25th anniversary sticker on it, so that's cool. Yo, what's going on? I can't actually see your name. I'm sorry, we're having issues with the chat right now, but whoever just said yo in the chat, yo. The Radiant Greninja is for my Radiant set. I've sent one into PSA, and I haven't gotten it back yet. We're going to talk about PSA later because they're pissing me off right now. Ninjask is part of a connecting art, so I got him. Mr. Mime is a promo. He was $1, so I copped. Ceruledge is a Pokemon Day 2024 card, so I now possess. And that one was actually, you can't tell in the sleeve, and I didn't tell until I pulled it out, but it was still in the cellophane, which was really cool for only $4. So I now have the 2024, 2025, and 2026 Pokemon Day cards, which are pretty cool. And then lastly, for the singles, I bought some Yukimori cards, man. They're pretty cool. I love the Yukimori cards. I'm gonna wait to start collecting hard on those though, because some of them do get like really pricey. But hey, you know, if I can find cheap ones for now, I'm gonna keep buying them. It's just really hard for an artist that prolific to like keep track of which cards you have, you know, because like they have so many cards, but also like a lot of them aren't expensive, so I haven't necessarily like put them into my card tracker yet, so that's just something for me to do at some point. Alrighty, let's move on. Because I did spend a lot on... Oh wait, did I delete my whole slide? Oh no, I just put it in the wrong order. My bad. Okay. We have to talk about GameStop Power Packs. Before we do, there's just a warning label here that you should never open them. I only open them because I'm a doofus, and I make content out of it, so, you know, it's something that I can make videos out of. But even then, not a good idea. Because it's just a ripoff. Like, you're just going to lose money. I will say it is fun. It's probably healthier than going to a casino, perhaps. I don't never really gamble. This is the closest I've been to gambling. Which this is gambling. but we opened a bunch of power packs the past like few weeks. And we got some good cards, actually. We're definitely operated at a loss, all in all. But I think with like the growth of the cards, and I'll try to like sell some later this year, that we'll probably break even after all is said and done. But if you're not familiar, GameStop essentially is partnered with PSA, which they have been for card grading. If you're a GameStop Pro member, you can just send in cards through GameStop without having to pay shipping. But they've taken that partnership further and introduced the Power Packs. So that's basically whenever you sell cards back to PSA that you've graded, or GameStop, they put them in this vault. In GameStop, the Power Packs are essentially accessing this vault and then giving you cards based on the amount of money you put in. So like, let's say you buy a starter pack from GameStop, you're going to be able to get a slab that's worth anywhere from $12 to like $400, you know. Or like if you were going to buy the $1,000 pack, you know, you would be able to pack anything that's, you would pack, like anything you could pack, it would be from like $500 to like $16,000, you know. So like the range is very wide, but the percentages obviously stack very differently too. So like the odds of making your money or making your money back or more are like, you know, 30-40%. It's like you're losing. With that out of the way, oh, I did Triumph and made $30 just selling back to them. Oh, dang, nice, dude. Good for you. I've never actually tried any of the other apps, but if you think there are other ones, please throw them down in the chat, because I would definitely be interested in checking some out. Especially if they have like free trials or something, you know, like a free, hey, put in this much, get a free one, you know, like I'd be down to at least give it a shot, you know, just to try to compare the tools and let people know out there what's good, what's bad. But I will say, I know GameStop's in a beta right now, but they're bad. I will say though, like if you are like, oh, you know, I want the best return on investment, you know, I don't think about Pokemon cards like that ever. But if you do, you know, if that's how you're doing it, then these are actually better for you than just normal Pokemon card openings. Like, think about opening just a pack of, like, well, Ascended Heroes, let's say, okay? Like, let's say you open a pack of Ascended Heroes. The odds of you packing anything worth even half the amount of the pack are worse than if you were to open a power pack and get the worst thing possible. Because the worst thing that you can get when you open a power pack is half of what you put in. When you open Pokemon packs, you're lucky to get half out what you put in, you know? Granted, with power packs, you have to spend on a much larger scale, you know? Even like the worst pack in GameStop is like $25, which I don't even recommend opening. And then a pack of Pokemon cards is supposed to be $5, so... okay, let's see what our buddy said about Triumph. Triumph was good. It's not a free trial, but every time I got to the 5 to 10 packs, I at least made my money back no matter what. Well, hell yeah, dude. I'll have to try them out. I've seen a lot of ads for Triumph recently, actually. So maybe it's worth checking out. I'm just skeptical, you know. GameStop at least is a big brand. I will give them the benefit of the doubt that they're in the beta, so maybe they're still working on things, but anyways, it's a good time. So you open your pack, you get your card, and immediately you can trade it, you can sell it back to them for like 84% value. Or you can take it and ship it to you for like $5. So you kind of want like a good enough card to like ship back, you know? But like at the same time, you don't want to just ship back any card because it does cost money to get a card back. But they also sometimes have weird pricing. Like sometimes they'll be like, oh, look, you packed a $500 card, but it's like, you go look it up online, it's like a $200 card, you know? So just stuff like that you just gotta be aware of when you're opening the packs. There was one point in opening packs where I was up, and it was the first time I ever got a hit, and it was this Viridian Forest. I got this from like a $50 pack, and I was up by like $20, and I should have just never opened more power packs. But we did get some cool stuff, man. Like we got this Viridian Forest, this Mega Charizard Y. This one's actually from Evolutions, I believe. The original Mega Charizard Y is in Flashfire. So this was really cool to get. You know, it's a 10. The Magikarp it's probably from Triplet Beat in Japanese, but obviously Paldea evolved in English. It's worth a ton in a 9 or a 10 in English, but in Japanese, just $100. So I'll probably keep this one for sure. Some of the other ones, I kind of just want to like start accumulating my cards and like sealed stuff, just a good variety of stuff that I don't really want to open because I've already packed everything I want, or just cards I don't really need, and I kind of just want to assemble it and go to a card show and actually like vend for a day and stream it to everyone. I think we would just really have like a ton of fun, honestly. Like it would be so fun getting to stream to everyone, getting to hang out with the community there. I would really try to just do like very, very like fair and like under market pricing, just to try to like, you know, have a good time. People get good deals. I make money, you know, it's still good, you know. I don't want to be like ripping people off or anything. I want to just go have fun, get cards out there that I don't want to, take some cards in that I do want, you know, stuff like that. So part of GameStop Power Packs is kind of fun for that. Is like you get cards that you're like, these are cool, but like they're not grails for me, you know. So something like this Mega Charizard is really cool, but it's like I would rather probably sell this to someone and then, you know, go buy a card that I really want for $200. That's just me though. I also got this base set Arcanine. Base set. In a 10, and it's like $250. So that's really cool. He's not even a holo, but it's just anything from base set in a 10 is wild. One of my favorite pulls was actually this Pikachu though, this Black Star promo from XY. It's a really sought after card, and it like I see it at a lot of card shows, and like people are always looking for it. I think it's super cool. It was really underrated when I packed it too. They were like, oh, it's like 180, and it's like, this is not a $180 card probably. Before I go look at the next screen, let me just read the chat really quick. Our buddy said, not promoting gambling, but I didn't go under $15. Made $80 and got greedy, so I stopped once my account hit 50. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Triumph. Triumphant. Hey there. Those who are joining us for today, there are over 115 million YouTube channels, and you came across us. Hope you would consider being here more often for great/hectic vibes and so much more. Okay. Thanks for promoting the show. Yeah, you're right. There are a ton of YouTube channels out there. Thanks for being on this one. Let's look at these are a few of the other cards that I got. This Articuno I think I got from like $100 one, which sucks. They undervalued him as well. This Charizard about the same too, but this Charizard I was super stoked with because I've been wanting this one. So this one I think is a 9. I might just crack it and put it in my binder because that's a sick card. Don't forget Venusaur was in the background. But my biggest win that will just probably prevent me from ever opening power packs again, because it's less than a 1% chance to get something this good, was the Mega Charizard. I think this is actually the wrong one. I think I got the worst version. It's just the text isn't gold basically, but it's in a PSA 9 and it's like, yeah, it's a ton of money. It's like $550. That was out of a $100 pack, so I was freaking out. That was earlier today. That was crazy. And super sick card. I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to sell this or keep this, honestly. I'll have to show you guys pictures of it once I get it, but like I was looking at the pictures because you can see the actual card when you pack it. In like the back, it's an old cert, meaning it got graded a while ago. And the back of this is just like, if you graded that thing today, it would be like a PSA like 6. Like, I'm not even kidding, but it got a 9 because of when it got graded. So it might, I've heard that those are harder to sell for that reason, but like, I honestly like the retro look of the cert. Like, I didn't know that they were that retro looking just back in 10 years ago, 2014. So yeah, really cool card. I was stoked about that. I was like shaking. I couldn't believe it. It's like, that's like a 6 times your value card. So that was nuts. Huge W. I'm gonna love that and cherish that card. But again, it's tough because it's like, I love that card, but I'm not the biggest Charizard fan. You know, like, I love him. He's cool, but he's not like my favorite. So it's like, he's just one of those cards where it's like, whenever I get a Charizard, I'm like, I can sell this and get other Pokemon that I really love, you know, because his value is just so high because everyone else loves him. Anyways, that's my experience with power packs. Got a lot of cool cards. I'm gonna sell some, gonna keep some. I think that's probably what most people do. You shouldn't do it. That's about it. Just a collection update for you all, because I do collect a lot of different stuff. Here's that set I mentioned earlier of all the different Pokemon Day cards that I have. Eevee was last year, Pikachu is this year. God of Yami subscribed. Thank you, Yami. You're the best. We love. Thank you so much for being here and for joining. Your subscription just means a ton. This is my current Pikachu collection. So again, I need to add in the WotC promos of the flying and surfing. They kind of looked identical to these guys here on the left, but just older and probably in shittier condition. Yeah. So I'll have to remove one of these cards, so I'll probably get rid of the full art one, move him to some other page. But yeah, it's my Pikachu page, man. It looks sick. I never really intended to collect all the flying and surfing ones, but they're just so cute. And like, the only expensive ones are really the original ones. Like, all of these were under $5 each. So yeah, really affordable. My Pokédex, dude, I'm finally getting to start. Oh man, this binder. Oh guys, I ordered this binder like 2 months ago probably, and it took so long to come, but it finally came. And it was the biggest box of all time. Like, look how big. I saw that on my front porch, and I was like, no, I don't have room for this binder. But thank God it was only like a quarter of the size of that behemoth box. So, yeah, I'm starting a Pokédex. I bought a binder. I think it's called, like, Collect-a-Beast or something. It's a really nice binder, though. But I bought it because it fits, like, 1,280 cards, I want to say. So, definitely more than what the current Pokédex is at with the over 1,000. If I want to include like different forms, stuff like that, I'll have room. Or if I just want to compensate for the new generations and new Pokemon that are going to come out, then I can do that too. So I'm stoked. I'm not going to reveal kind of what makes my Pokédex special just yet. I think we're just going to have to save that for when the videos come out. But just stay tuned, man. If you ever want to try making your own Pokédex too, that's exactly what you're going to need, or what you are probably going to want, is a really big ass binder like that. It was like $50 though. It was definitely my most expensive binder. Yeah, so yeah, I'm super excited to fill that thing out, and stay tuned on the channels to see that develop over time. It's gonna be so fun to work on. Now we're just gonna talk about our recently ripped stuff. So I didn't rip a ton, but I ripped some good boxes. I mean, the power packs kind of count. We ripped a ton of power packs. Like I mentioned, I ripped that Paradox Rift ETB, and I ripped that Mega Dream, or sorry, no, that's right, Mega Dream booster box. And here's what we got. Paradox Rift, I was on the ground on hunt hard. You can see here, I had Groudon set up. You know, I was his aura, the Origin Pulse was coming my way. The press of his blades, but it didn't cook, dude. I wanted that. The Groudon is literally why I opened that thing, and all I got was this Rika-chan. Any of you are JJK fans, but yeah, all we got was this Florarica. So when I say that GameStop Power Packs are better value for bang for your buck than Pokemon cards actually are, this is kind of what I mean. Paradox Rift ETB I paid, you know, 50, 60 bucks for a year ago. I opened it and I got at most $5 worth of cards, so a tenth of your value. GameStop, you know, you open Power Packs, you're getting, you know, at minimum half your value back. So I'm not saying that you should gamble and open either. I'm just saying that if you want to crunch the numbers out, GameStop doesn't look that bad. So, yeah. That was very disappointing. I'm keeping the box, though, and using it for, like, my competitive stuff because I just love that box. The color scheme is sick. The sleeves are sick. The Mega Dream booster box was very kind to me, though. If you've never opened Japanese booster boxes before, they have, like, actual gambling laws. So the, like, hit rates are kind of set. You can get more than what they say, but you're guaranteed a minimum, basically. So you're guaranteed, I think, like 2 or 3 illustration rares. I want to say you're guaranteed 2 illustration rares out of, and it varies between, like, you know, specific sets sometimes or like eras. But I think for this box, you get 2 illustration rares, you get 1 mega attack rare, which in my case was that Hawlucha there with the somersault dive, and then you're guaranteed 1 SR or SAR, which in English is like an ultra rare or a secret illustration rare, which are very different things because that means you could get a full art item like I did with the jamming tower. Rather than getting, you know, the SIR Dragonite or something. I got lucky though. I didn't get an SIR, but I got 3 illustration rares and 2 secret rares. So that's pretty sick. Mega Dream is cool too because they, like, Japanese packs are usually 5 cards in a pack. Mega Dream has 10, and you're guaranteed a hit. So, like, minimum you're getting an EX. They have some cool, like, reverse holo cards, kind of like the Pokeballs and Master Balls. Yeah, kind of a vibe. Bro, it looks like a Starbucks manager. Brother, you take that back right now. At least make me, like, work at, like, a cool coffee shop. Don't make me work at Starbucks. Jesus Christ, bro looks like a Starbucks manager. I work too hard for that. I work too hard for that disrespect. That's hilarious. Honestly, a great burn. Someone told me that I had the posture of the worms from Men in Black once, and that killed me. That killed me. If anything ever inspired me to work on my posture, it was probably that. Anyways, that's what I ripped. Oh, I forgot to mention things that I bought. I don't know why I put this in the ripped section. I think I was probably just making this today. But other things that I bought some other singles for competitive as well. I'm building a Venusaur deck, a Lucario deck, and a Dragapult deck. The Lucario and Venusaur are pretty much done. I'm just tweaking them. Dragapult I'm building from scratch because I started playing TCG Live more. Really enjoyed it and loved that deck. So I was like, I'm gonna build a deck. The most expensive card, which was really annoying, was the Neo something energy, and it was like almost 20 bucks. And it's like just some ace spec that no one cares about. You know, it's just good for comp. So I had to cop that for the Dragapult deck. But why Mega Charizard X was our Pokemon / card of the week was because of not only the power pack of Mega Charizard X, but also because I finally bought a Flash Fire pack. I need the soundboard for clapping, please. I've been wanting this pack for a while. It's one of the last packs that I think you can weigh. So, and I'm kind of at that point with my Pokédex. So I was waiting to get one that was sleeved just so I could make sure it wasn't weighed. And this website that I was buying singles from for my competitive play has like you need to spend $35 or more for free shipping. So I was looking for something that was like 20 bucks. And they had this listed for like 140. And like loose packs of Flash Fire are like 160. So I was like, geez, I don't even know how much a sleeved one is, and I never find them sleeved at card shows. So I pulled trigger. I pulled trigger hard. Let's see what the chat's saying here. What you best Pokemon card? Let's see. My best one? My best raw card is going to be the Rayquaza from Evolving Skies, the VMAX. I packed that one myself on my birthday this year. Very cool, very cool. My best graded card is the Guard of War from Steam Siege, the gold one. I packed that one as well in my first ever Steam Siege pack. And got it graded in a PSA 10. So yeah, it was worth over $1,000 at one point. I think now it's like 800 something. So, you know, those are my two best cards though, I would say, raw and graded. Both very cool. Hopefully, you know, the collection's only going up from here, which is crazy to think about because I have some grails. Let's see. Keep going. What did you pull? Yeah. I hit a band with Reshiram Japanese black and white. Oh my god, no way. Like the original black and white? Dude, that's sick if you did. That's insane. You packed that? That's crazy. That is crazy. I see those go for a ton. Favorite firearm? Can it be from Call of Duty? Is that okay? Because like the ACR in Modern Warfare 2 was just like, oh my god, that thing with a silencer? You were basically a ninja, dude. You might as well have just been like living as like a shogun, you know? Like no one could find you. You were essentially shooting lasers. Like that thing was so fun, dude. ACR, man, throwback. Iron sights too. Best iron sights in the game that they ever made. Yeah, that's probably gotta be my favorite firearm. That or like an RPG, because of obvious reasons. PSA update is that there isn't any still. They still suck. There's a spoiler, they increased their prices again. We're gonna get to it, but I'm really mad at them right now. I'm really mad at them right now because it's been 2 months since I've submitted one of my submissions and no update, just nothing. And like usually I have them back in 2 months, so I'm a little peeved there. We're gonna get to the news part of it. I won't go too far right now because it ticked me off this morning when I saw the news. Let's just stay the course. Let's stay the course. Okay. So I know we talked about this on episode 1, but Museum Pikachu is finally out. Okay. As of January 26th, 2026, the museum collab with Pokemon in London started. And I'm very jealous because I'm going to London in May and I'm missing this. I think it ends in April. So you have time to go for sure if you want to go. It looks super cool, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some posts, you know, I don't really know, but I've seen some posts that like the museum is kind of underwhelming itself, like the exhibit, whatever you want to call it, the collab, and it's pretty much just like a gift shop. You know, go and make your own opinions. Go find out for me. Do a little recon, a little rumbondle on the ground action. Or I guess, you know, can't even call myself that anymore. A little Brandon fan on the ground action. They do have some cool stuff. I think this Pikachu card we found out is actually a jumbo. So don't buy them secondhand right now. They're really expensive. We might be able to buy them in the future. It is really sick though. I think it's a jumbo card. And yeah, I think you might just get it free with your purchase of like other stuff. So, but there's a lot of people with tote bags who just want the card. So yeah, if you can go to London, you know, go crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot I put this up here. Look at that. That's crazy. 150 on StockX, 200 on eBay. Don't buy that. Don't give in. People don't fund people who are just going to the museum to get Pokemon cards and, you know, not enjoy any of it. You know, you want real fans to stay in the hobby. Don't buy this $200 jumbo card on eBay. Did you get any 30th anniversary Pokemon cards? Well, they're not out yet, actually, but I did get this one, technically, if you want to count it. This one right here, this is a 30th anniversary one, this Pikachu. You can't really see the 30 here, but I'm pretty sure it says 30. Or does it just say 2026 Pokemon Day? No, I'm pretty sure it says 30. I don't know, we'll have to do some recon, but this is really it. Nothing else has come out yet. They really haven't released any info on the 30th anniversary yet. So no one really has any cards yet. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to pre-order it. It's something that I spent a lot of money in like January and hopefully this month too on Pokemon, because I'm kind of trying to store up before 30th anniversary, but I'm also trying to spend a lot on like 30th anniversary pre-orders. So it is a big year for Pokemon spending, but I'm just trying to do it strategically so I can save a little bit of cash on an already expensive hobby, you know? All right. We're back to Ascended Heroes. I think we talk about this every week at this point because it's just such a blunder. But if you didn't hear about this yet, it released on January 30th, that Friday. It's just those 3-pack blisters or whatever. Because if you missed that too, the 2-pack blisters that were supposed to come out on the same day got delayed. So essentially there goes 40% of the product delayed. Another month. Ascended Heroes ETBs, we saw a couple waves of, I think 2 pre-orders for Pokemon Center. I did see today though that a bunch of people were getting cancellations. I luckily have not yet, so fingers crossed I get to keep mine. But God, I hope it was just for like scalpers and bots who were getting canceled orders, because I would cry if I lost my Ascended Heroes ETB orders. But yeah, I hope you guys actually got some. That would be really cool to see, you know. So if you guys did get some Ascended Heroes, join the Discord and go ahead and post some of your pack hits in the Discord. I would love to see them, because I actually haven't gotten to open any yet, as you can tell from my ripped ass Mega Dream booster box now. My local card shop is really my only hope of getting anything before my pre-orders from Pokemon Center come, and they actually just changed it. They're like drop policy, so that they usually would do it on like the Wednesday or like the Friday of release, and like everyone would line up, you know, like crazy. But they're like, you know what, we just want the regulars. They're a really good card shop, you know, like they sell so much stuff at MSRP, which is crazy in this economy. But they are now doing it like they'll just kind of drip feed us their new launch, like the new sets basically, over time randomly, because what they're saying is they don't want people lining up anymore at like 4 a.m. and like really people who are not their regular customers just coming once when a set drops, buying as much of it as they can, and then going to sell it. They don't want that. Their trickle drip feed approach is kind of to combat that and trying to put more of the new product at MSRP in the hands of their regular customers who are coming, you know, whether a new set's out or not. And these people who are going to be buying it to keep in a cool sealed collection or rip it, not just immediately, you know, try to flip it on eBay for 20 bucks more. So is what it is. But I hope you guys are able to score some of that, because it is a really cool set with a lot of cool cards. I opened a pack of Pokemon once. It was a God pack. It didn't contain any Pokemon. There's a picture of God in it. Really? Was he like flexing? Was it like from the front or the back, you know? Was he wearing clothes? I have so many questions. It was just one. I wonder what the pack was called. Is it Italian Brain Rot? I wonder if that was what. Dude, I bet they do have God packs, and it's just like like the Vatican. It's just like the popes in there. That's their God packs. I included this guy again, the Pokemon Day collection from this year, because this one is like, man, this is gonna be like the I can't believe I just set an alarm at 3 a.m. to buy when this was like the first wave of this dropped at Target at like 3 a.m. and I set an alarm, copped 2, and I was like, hell yeah, that's gonna be such a good grab. But they're dropping more of this than anything I've ever seen them drop. Okay, so like if you don't have one of these, don't buy them secondhand for $25, $30, whatever. Just wait for like the next month. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty more drops of these. They drop this almost every day at one store or another. And hopefully, you know, you'll get a well-centered card unlike mine, and it'll grade well, because mine was terrible. I actually got 5 from Walmart for some reason. Opened 1 from there, got nothing. Got 2 from Target, opened 1 and got nothing. You know, I have 2 promos at least, so that's cool. Oh my god, I saw this. This is just talking more about GameStop and them just being absolutely disgusting. But GameStop is now selling cases. Okay, so this isn't something that retailers really do anymore in this economy of Pokemon, but they're selling sealed ETB cases for $1,400 of a pre-release item. Okay, that's over $130 per ETB. Like, I don't think you realize how much time would have to go by for this ETB to be worth $130. It will be a very long time. like just this, like it's crazy. Like this is a big box store charging above market price. Like, it is gross. I hate what they're doing. I don't know if you've seen their like just buying single ETBs too, but like they've crept up. They were originally 80, which is way too much. They're supposed to be like 50, you know? Now they're 90, and then there were 100 just to pre-order them. It's gross, dude. Don't go buy this crap from GameStop anymore, man. I just don't. Just don't. It's just not worth it. Rip a power pack instead. Mega Charizard UPCs. I said that they were printing this to the moon, these collections. The Charizard UPC might be the only thing that can actually beat it, because they are printing more of these than I could have ever imagined, which not to be greedy, but like I got these really early, I think from Pokemon Center and Walmart, and ripped one that I'm like so convinced is a 10. Like my promo is a 10. And now that they're just releasing so many, I'm kind of sad because I feel like my PSA 10 is going to be worth so much less. It already is, honestly. But more on the realistic side, I'm just glad that there's people who are able to buy these. Like, it's so available that like it'll be up on sites for like, you know, tens of minutes, not just milliseconds. So if you ever want to rip packs, this is probably going to be your gateway to do it. I will say, if you didn't score on Costco, maybe you want to wait for that again, because that is a significant discount. You save like $25 per box. It's crazy. So yeah, and I think it was like $90 per box if you go through Costco. You have to buy 2, but at that point, you're essentially just paying straight up for packs, and you get free promos, which is nuts. That's nuts. Those are good promos too. So anyways, UPCs are cool. The promos in here are cool. Don't overpay for them because they're dropping them like crazy. And if you can, even hold out for Costco, because that's how you're going to get an even better deal. Under MSRP deal. Crazy. Big news is that we got news for the next set, actually, after Perfect Order, after Nihil Zero in Japanese. So this is going to make up, I guess, the set in English after. It'll be like the first half of the set that comes out after Perfect Order. Probably sometime in like June or July. But it's called Chaos Rising in Japanese. That's some game. That's that logo I stole on the top left. I stole some more details from PokeBeach that they were nice enough to share. But it's going to come out on May 22nd this year, so that's pretty cool. It's going to have pre-releases taking place May 9th to 17th. It's going to be... Oh, I guess it's going to be called Ninja Spinner in English. So that'd be cool. Oh, wait. English equivalent. Oh, sorry. Chaos Rising is what they're going to call the English one. My bad. Ninja Spinner's the Japanese one. Okay, let me start over, guys. I messed up there. I was confused. The English set comes out May 22nd. Pre-releases are going to take May 9th to May 17th to be coming out. Which I've never done a pre-release yet. I'm hoping to, because they sound super fun and like chaotic. If you've never been to a pre-release, you basically sign up. You're at a card shop that is doing it. You go, you get a build and battle box, and then you open the packs, and you have to make a deck out of the packs, in like the pre-built deck. So it's really fun. It, like, basically, depending on if you get like even an EX, is going to be like huge for you there. So like, I've heard they're really fun, and I really want to try to do one. So whenever I can, I'm going to. So try to do it for Perfect Order. If not, we'll definitely do this one. But anyways, it's going to come out May 22nd. Ninja Spinner is going to come out March 13th, so that's in like a little over a month from now. So we're going to be seeing cards that are going to be in this set as soon as next month. So that'll be really cool. Keep an eye out on what kind of art they're doing for Greninja, because they've done some sick art for Greninja in the past, for sure. We also have a little more insight into the next sets coming out in Japanese. These aren't confirmed, but these are kind of speculative names and I guess focus areas. So the one after Ninja Spinner in Japanese would be Abyss Eye, and that's going to be the Mega Darkrai set. We definitely know that's coming. It was that Mega Darkrai was kind of like the DLC Pokemon for Legend ZA. Storm Emeralda featuring Mega Rayquaza. Rayquaza is just a money machine. They're definitely going to keep milking him. He was also a really big focal point of the DLC. He was almost like the endgame DLC legendary, if that makes sense. And then finally the Celebration Collection. So I'm hoping that that's really just going to be like Perfect Order, and then maybe 1 or 2 more sets after that, and then 30th Collection. I really don't know why they're taking so long to come out with the 30th Collection, though. I know I didn't make a slide for this too, actually, but Pokemon Day is at the end of this month. So that means we're probably going to be getting a lot of Pokemon news at the end of the month. My biggest hope is actually not TCG related. I'm hoping to finally hear some info about XD Gale of Darkness coming to the Switch. It was one of my favorite games as a kid, and like I have it on GameCube. I have a GameCube, but like I just want to. I've already replayed it on the GameCube. You know, I need to rip it and Switch. You know, I'm ready. Bring it. That and Coliseum are such good games. Pokemon surprise boxes and booster bundles are actually going to be dropping tonight. So if you're here right now, you're in luck, because these are going to be dropping on Sam's Club store. If you were going to go in person, you're probably already too late. They were going to they're doing drops today, so all the scalpers probably got them at like 8 a.m. this morning, if not sooner. They probably broke in like, you know, Tom Cruise style and just went and raided all of them, making sure to not set off the laser traps guarding the Pokemon card palettes while they're doing so. But these are going to be like a little combo box. I don't remember the price. I think it was like $40. It's a great deal, because I think the surprise box has like 4 packs, and the prismatic bundle has 6, so that's 10 packs for $40. You know, good deal, especially prismatic. That's, you know, you buying 10 packs of that, it's usually $100. So incredible deal. Sam's Club only. You're gonna have to be a member. The drop for what I was talking about tonight is online, so you don't have to show up at Sam's Club at damn midnight looking for Pokemon cards. So yeah, I mean, maybe try tomorrow if you're going in person. See if there's any left. Probably won't be though. Or try tonight. I'm East Coast, so I'm gonna try at like 11 and really hope and pray that I can get one, because it would be pretty sick. I think there's a limit of 2. So if you're like me and you haven't hit a single SIR from the 100 prismatic evolutions packs you've opened, this might be your way. 30th anniversary announcement. If any of you watched the Super Bowl, then you probably saw that this was a big deal. I saw memes that people were saying that they actually spent more on this commercial than they did to develop all of Legends ZA, which I'm like, okay, yeah. So some parts of Legends ZA, it kind of shows. One thing that I had a problem with is that Lamine Yamal, the soccer player for Barcelona, said his favorite Pokemon was Zygarde. Brother, just tell us you don't play Pokemon at that point. Like, you just looked up the new game and saw him. Like, I don't believe that at all. That's just a trash opinion. I'm not even a Zygarde hater, but like, bruh, what is that? But you know, like I said too, we'll get more news hopefully about this whole thing at the end of the month, on Pokemon Day. Hopefully gonna find out more about the set and when it's gonna come out. But if you haven't really been a TCG fan for the previous anniversary sets, they did one for 20. It was called Generations, and they did one for 25, and that one was called Celebrations. So this one will probably be something Asians, libations, you know, as just drunk Pokemon. I don't know. But they were really cool in the past because they kind of brought back older sets, essentially, and like cards from older sets that were really iconic. Like I mentioned earlier in the episode, 25th anniversary celebrations, they brought back the Monochrome, Reshiram, and Zekrom, you know. Sure, they did their own little holo, they had the stamp, but like really cool cards, you know. They did the same for some other a bunch of other cards. Generations did the same too. So you, like, it could be a really cool opportunity to get like cool vintage cards without having to pay a cool vintage price, you know. Yeah, so I'm very excited for it. My personal hope is e-readers. I don't need them to be functional. It doesn't need to scan, but just having the e-reader card, I would think would just be so sick to bring back. One of my favorite card types of all time. I kind of gave up on this slide, sorry. I just put in text here. But, you know, like I said, Pokemon Day is coming up February 27th. So a lot of this is going to be for like in-store stuff, just so you're informed. But you can look it up on their website. Just like search Pokemon Day 2026. And you should be able to get directed to like, essentially they have on the Pokemon website like a store searcher, so you can just search like near you, oh, what are the locations that are participating, and they're usually like smaller card shops. I know I have a few near me. My favorite store is doing it as well, so I'm gonna go. But what you can get potentially, I think it probably varies depending on location, but they have Bulbasaur promo cards that have like the Pokemon prize kind of logo right there that you can see, and it also has the Pokemon Day stamp, which is really cool. So I think that card's going to be pretty valuable and sought after by collectors. Apparently they're also going to have stickers, paper visors, and like Pokemon Go codes. But on top of that, they're going to have some actual like more stock of sealed products. So the Pokemon Day 2026 collection that we mentioned was getting printed into Oblivion. The Mega Venusaur box, which has a good variety of packs. I want to say that has Journey, Destined Rivals, Mega, and Phantasmal, something like that. And then Phantasmal Flames ETBs too. So nothing that I'm really looking for except for maybe the Bulbasaur promo, but hey, more power to you if you want to go get some of that stuff. Now you know. be prepared on February 27th. I'm sure it will be busy. So don't be too disappointed if you don't get something you were looking for, because people might go early and try to get them. Also announced, we heard about these. I know we talked about it for sure on my first episode of TyraniTalk, but these first partner illustrations that are coming, also an effort with our anniversary of 30 years here this year. But we heard about these Series 1 boxes that were going to drop that have a Mega Evolution and a Phantasmal pack, along with the 3 Series 1 pack. I imagine this is going to be like a little paper pack, kind of like the McDonald's ones. Or maybe like the fun packs, maybe they're still foil. But regardless, we finally got some info on what's going to be in these ones, and it's really just illustration rares for the 9 Pokemon on the pack. So they're going to do 2 more series of these, a Series 2 and 3, just until we have an illustration rare for every Pokemon, which I think is going to be really cool. I did not know they were going to go for this really cool kind of like eclectic, almost like Miami looking like connecting arts. Like these are really cool. They're not like my favorite arts. Like I think the colors are really fun, but like the scenery sometimes is just like a little weird. But it's really cool. Like I think this is sick. I think it's cool. There's like gym badges too, if you see in the background. I didn't notice these until recently, but like you can see here like the ice badge, or like you can see here like the grass badge. You can see a water badge. Like really cool that they have. I think these are badges from the region that the Pokemon are in. So that's really cool. The Alolan ones have like the Z crystals, which is I think fun too. Paying an homage back to their region and their time. So that's what the anniversary is all about. So I think it's super sick that they made illustrations, kind of giving you throwbacks to stuff that we've played through in the games, stuff like that. Like you can see Bulbasaur and Turtwig have different Pokemon, like Pokédexes in their pictures. Same with Rowlet. So like I assume every grass Pokemon is gonna have a Pokédex in the background. Or like you can see the Pokeballs that you can choose from. Like in Gen 4 it was from a briefcase, Gen 3 was from a backpack. So I'm super excited to see what they do. I think these are great. I will try to master set them, but it's going to be hard because I'm sure some of these will be expensive, these singles. And obviously if you had perfect odds, perfect spread, you'd have to get 3 of these boxes because there's 3 cards in each pack. You'd have to get 3 boxes to get 9 cards, all of them. So if you had perfect luck, you'd need 3 boxes, which I think is might be hard to come by. We'll see though. Hopefully they print this like they print that other 30th collection thing, just into oblivion. Oh god, I'm not ready to talk about PSA. This is the rage bait. This is truly disgusting. Much like the Ascended Heroes GameStop, what's it called? Cases they were selling and stuff like that. This is gross. So PSA just bought BGS earlier this year, or last year, into last year, whatever. One of their competitors, Becca Grading Services, whatever. So they essentially have no competitors anymore, and so what we're seeing is just them doing whatever they want. They're just raising their price $6. Wow, increasing grading times. How cool is that, huh? How cool is that? So not only are you paying more for this service, but you're also waiting longer now. Interesting. And this looks bad just as this is, but if you look at prices in turnaround times from last year this time, it was $15 a card, and turnaround time was 45 days. Now it's $25 a card, and turnaround time is 90 days. Like, the turnaround time isn't a huge deal for me, but when it's that long, it kind of is. And especially when you're paying as much as we are now. I don't understand why. I also don't understand why Value Bulk and TCG Bulk is the same level. What does that mean? But it kind of ruins, like... I had a lot of fun with PSA for, like, grading a good amount of cards, Like, I loved getting to grade, like, cards that I like, or just cards that I'm like, oh, this is cool, but, like, I don't really like this card, and it's worth a good bit, and I can make it worth more if I grade it and then sell it, Like, I thought that was fun. It kind of lets you get more money out of the whole hobby and like move it to something else within the hobby that you like more, which is harder to do now because the profit margins on grading some of those lower end cards. You know, like sometimes I would grade cards if I'm convinced that it's a 10 that are like, you know, 60 bucks in a 10, 70 bucks in a 10, because I'm like, well, it's 90% sure this is a 10. I'll make, you know, 45 bucks on it. And that'll be cool. You know, I'll spend 45 bucks on some other cards I like. But that's not the case anymore. Now, if I did that, I'd make 35 bucks, which is just not really worth the gamble for potentially just not even getting a 10. Like if I got a 9, I'd just be destroyed at 25 bucks. I would cry. Like I just can't believe that they actually did this. Dude, yeah, PSA is scummy now. I agree. It's super sad because I really do want to go to something like more objective, like a tag. Like I get why subjectivity is good for grading services. I understand that. But like I would rather go to something more objective personally, but like tag just sucks. Like their slabs suck. And it's just like PSA has just such a gorilla grip on like the market as far as sellables go. Like if you bring a CGC card to a card show, like you're not only not going to sell that card that whole day, but like you're going to get booed off stage, you know? Like it's like no one, I don't know, like it's which is a bummer because like I don't even think PSA grades like slabs look that good. It's just that they happen to be the standard, and so they can do this, like increase the price by $6 a card and the time at the same time, and everyone will still grade with them, you know? It blows. So I don't think this will, sadly, I will still probably grade with PSA, but it just means that I'm going to grade a lot less cards with them now. Like I'm probably only going to be grading like top chase cards now, which sucks because again, I found it fun to pack, you know, higher tier illustration rares or like lower tier SIRs and still grade them, you know? But they're kind of ruining it. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep this in here, but TCG Pocket I do play, guys. You can always add me. Here's my friend code. So if you do play, you want to trade, you want to battle, whatever, go ahead and add me. We'll become friends and we can help each other complete our Pokédexes. I've been having fun with that new set, Fantastical Parade. I got the Gardevoir and I get it twice. I got it once or twice. I might have gotten it twice. And I got a couple 2-stars, but that's really it. I need to get the Meowth 3-star still. So I'm working on that. But still having fun with it. You know, I've been playing more TCG live battles recently, not like this instead. I'll do more battling in TCG Pocket when they bring back whatever the ranked season battles are. Let's read the chat really quick. Our friend said, I don't have any graded cards, and I was thinking to finally do it. But after they bought that other graded company, I'll pass now. Yeah, I mean, it depends what cards do you have. Because if you do have some, like for example, I have still made a lot of money from grading with PSA, so like it's still worth it to an extent. But I also understand if you're like, not only do I not want to support this company, but I wouldn't make that much money off of grading this card, then I don't blame you. But also, if you just want to finally have your own graded card and you want it to be something that, you know, is easier than not to sell, then, you know, maybe go for it still. It just depends. It's up to you. I'm with you, though. I'm bummed. I'm freaking bummed. I don't want us to end it on a bummer because this is such an awesome episode. Great to hang out with you all. A fantastic third episode of TyraniTalk. If you ever want to share this with anyone or, you know, watch all the madness again. That sounded like an AI caption. But I do post these the next day. So tomorrow on Wednesday, I will post this on YouTube around noon. Same with Spotify for those who like to listen to it in the car. Spotify actually made it really cool now. Spotify is basically YouTube now. I just upload the whole video. You can watch my PowerPoint on Spotify. It's crazy. So that's why I went on Spotify too. I also am on socials, on TikTok, on Instagram if you like the short form content too. Just go ahead and find Brandon Fan. You know, really trying to ramp up the content creation, get more followers and stuff like that, so we can do more fun like community engagement stuff, like giveaways and stuff like that. So yeah, but really fun episode getting to hang out with you all. Thank you so much for all of you guys who came and participated. You're the best. I love just getting to come hang out and talk about Pokemon with you guys. So thanks for just giving me a platform to do just that. So hopefully I will see you on an upcoming live stream where we'll do some gaming. If not, next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. be here or be square. I'm not going to a hockey game next Tuesday, don't worry. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. So goodbye from Brandon Fan, and I hope you all have a very terrific TyraniTalk Tuesday. I will catch you all next